All right, give me 1 second to pull up the PowerPoint. Our Lauren's Wi-Fi just went out, so give me one quick second and we'll be right there. Give me 1 sec. And I will go ahead and start screen sharing with you guys. All right. All right, we will go ahead and get started. Sorry about that. When Lauren comes back. Oh, sorry, Dana, go ahead and kick it off.
So today's agenda, the first thing is to meet the BBIL programs team. The second thing we're going to be doing is accessing your resources. The third thing is Best Buddies Basics. And the fourth thing is important dates and deadlines. So we will ask that everyone please be muted, and then we will hold time for questions at the end.
All right. So like I said, we'll get back to Lauren, but she's our Deputy Director of Programs, and she oversees the whole programs team and helps make sure that we have the resources and are able to help support our schools as best we can. I'm Sierra. I'm the Program Manager of Volunteers. I've been the one that's been emailing you guys and been in contact with a lot of you. So I oversee all of the established schools. I send out the weekly WhatsApp. So I'll be your main point of contact just throughout the year if you have any questions or concerns or need help with troubleshooting anything. So Dana, I'll kick it off to you.
I'm Dana Wax, and I'm the programs assistant. And I work with the PMV to support the schools in completing with administrative tasks and entering membership apps.
Hi, y'all. My name is Ricky, the Program Manager of Community Engagement in Chicago. I usually work with Lanata, who is not here today, but she works as the Program Manager of Community Engagement down at our central office in Peoria. I primarily work with Best Buddies ambassadors and those in our Citizens program, but I also assist with hosting ambassador speaking engagements, leadership training days, back to Best Buddies, and the Friendship Walk.
I can go next. Hi, everybody. I'm Kat Wax. I'm the Program Manager of Mission Expansion in Chicago. I work with Justina, who will introduce herself in just a minute, to expand the mission of Best Buddies throughout by opening new school chapters in the Chicago and suburban area, as well as leading new chapters through onboarding and helping you set up for any needs you might have in terms of future success. So you'll probably be hearing from me as well in the future. So I look forward to working with all of you.
Hello, I'm Christina Jennings. I work with Kat, as she said. I am the Program Manager for Mission Expansion for the Central Illinois area, and I can't wait to get started on meeting everybody.
All right, we're going to be starting with assessing your resources. There are some very important resources Best Buddy chapter leaders can utilize to support their chapter. And we're going to go over some of the key resources right now. So BB360. Next slide, please, I believe. Oh, no, never mind. BB360 is our new Best Buddies online portal. Most of us who have lived through the BBO era are super excited about the new system. It's very much streamlined, and it's going to be your kind of go-to online portal when it comes to managing chapters. Only chapter advisors and leaders, such as chapter presidents, are going to have access. So if you haven't already, you need to go to bestbuddies.org/join. I'm sure one of us will put that in the chat box to fill out a membership form to gain access to BB360. But once you have access, advisors and leaders will be able to share information, plan events, make matches, create notes, all of this, which can be useful to help manage your chapter. I see a question, but we're going to hold off on questions for right now. Next slide is going to be about Best Buddies University, or BBU. It's a great resource for new or potential school chapters. It provides information related to chapter members and chapter leader expectations. When running a chapter, there's information there that can be helpful with recruiting new members to be a part of your chapter. There's also info about making matches, hosting events, our Youth Leaders Council, YLC, and even information about BB360 support. So again, please check it out. Again, it's a great resource of information for managing chapters, and I think BBU also went through an upgrade. Next, I'll be going over ambassador training and additional resources, including our ambassador trainings and disability awareness curriculum. So beyond BB360 and BBU, we also offer ambassador trainings where we train Best Buddies ambassadors that do speaking engagements to help Best Buddies spread our mission of accessibility and inclusion. We are encouraging that each chapter has a Best Buddies ambassador, and that ambassador can have an IDD or does not have to. It can be with or without a disability. You can contact me or Lanata, who is out this week. Our email should be in a slide, one of these slides.
We'll drop them in the chat at the end.
Okay, all right. And our disability awareness curriculum that we are building out, that we're all excited about, we've been working on it for a few months. It's an effort to provide chapters with resources and a curriculum that can be used to teach and supplement chapter presentations or events. The facilitation guides for our curriculum will be available in our weekly What's Up beginning in October, which we will walk through during our monthly chapter president calls, which will also begin in October. So please, please, please make sure to check those emails, look at the weekly What's Up, come to those CP calls, check those deadlines. I was a program manager for schools mission expansion, so please do all of this. This will definitely help your program managers out and will make sure that your chapter is ran successfully.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the Best Buddies basic chapter leadership. Every chapter needs at least one advisor. Every chapter needs a chapter president, and every friendship chapter, a chapter that makes matches, should have at least one person with an IDD in a leadership role. Next slide, please. And then here are some examples of other officer board roles you can have in your officer board if you would like to.
Okay. As Ricky mentioned, we have BB360, which is the new platform, which I'm sure you guys have heard about now, and it is really awesome. So if you have time, highly encourage you to check around, play in there. It's a really great resource. So I just wanted to talk through quickly the differences between what you guys will see as chapter leaders versus what your general members will see. So the one similarity is everybody needs to submit a membership application. With moving to a new system, the only way to get your members' information into BB360 is by submitting a membership application. And we'll talk about the deadlines later, but those will be due by October 1st. So please have your members submit their applications. I'm getting a lot, so that's great. So what you guys will see is you will have a login access to BB360. So when you go ahead and submit a membership application, you'll notice you don't get a login right away. I have to go in every day and manually grant you guys access. So bear with me, it takes me a little bit of time to grant you access. But once you get that, then you'll be able to set up a login, and then you'll be able to get to the BB360 homepage. So just CPs and advisors will have this. If you have somebody else on your board, maybe your VP or your treasurer who you also think needs to have access, please let me know their name so I can grant them login access as well. And then for chapter members, they won't log in. So the big issue was having to remember a lot of usernames and passwords. So they've gotten rid of that completely. So from your perspective, there are URLs that you will send out and your members will sign up that way. So they will never have to remember a username or password or get to see the platform in its entirety. They will just see the form that you guys send them. Okay, so a little bit more about membership applications, which I know a lot of you guys have submitted, but just in case. So you would do the bestbuddies.org/join. And then you would choose that you want to join in Illinois and then choose your school levels. So college, high school, elementary, middle school, whatever it may be. And then the chapter name. And then it has just a little bit of basic information, get your name into the system. And then once you submit that, and I've granted you access, you'll use bestbuddies.force.com to log in typically. And you can also connect it to a Gmail or a Facebook account if you feel comfortable connecting that to Best Buddies. You can log in that way as well. And I know a couple schools also use paper apps or need Spanish applications. Our admin team is in the works on those. We're hoping to have them mid-September. So be sure to look in the weekly What's Up when those come out, but I will let everybody know and send those out as well. Okay, and then we have monthly chapter president calls that will begin in October. We are not having any this month due to local leadership training days, but also please attend those as well. So we will have one once a month, and this is a really great opportunity to brainstorm, to talk through different questions, just to touch base, and see how things are going. If a CP cannot attend, you need to have somebody else on your board attend in replace of you. And feel free to just let me know who that would be if you cannot make it. And we are also going to be starting new CP social hours and advisor happy hours. The goal of this is to just have an open and safe space to talk. So we can talk about Best Buddies, not about Best Buddies, how your day is going, just to socialize and network. So it's pretty much open. There's never going to be a set agenda of things. So please come with questions or just to chat. It's optional, come and go. We'll do themed ones. So our first CP one is September 22nd, and then the first advisor one, I believe, is Wednesday, September 29th. And those were also in the weekly What's Up, and will also be put in the email, but highly encourage you guys to go. We'll be doing this every month. Different staff will be on as well. So great opportunity just to chat and meet other Best Buddies peers. And then we have, so there will be chapter meetings and events. So elementary and middle schools will have to do one event each quarter, and then high schools and colleges will do one event per month. Just to give a preview, I'm gonna show you how to do it in BB360 quickly. If you have questions, hold them till the end. I've also put a document together on how to subscribe to them. So I'm gonna just show you briefly how to do it. So Michael, I see your name. Would it be okay if I log into your account to demonstrate?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so let me go ahead and hop out of this. Whoops, okay. Sorry, I can't see at the top of my thing. Okay, so let me stop sharing really quickly just to get to her homepage. Just in case.
While she does that, is anyone else excited for any upcoming events? Do you all have, like, I've seen on some of your Instagrams, like recruiting events and things. Anything exciting? Is U of I on? Did you have an ice cream social? I don't know if they're on tonight or not.
All right, I am ready. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. I saw your name. Okay, so this is how we are going to do events. It's a little tricky, but once you guys do it like once or twice, it won't be too bad. So I am just on the BB360 homepage when you log in. So under here where it says switch chapter, you want to select a chapter. So Eastern Illinois. And then right here where it says current chapters, you're going to go ahead and click that chapter name. Okay. And so as you can see right here, it has the calendar URL. So you're going to want to copy this. I will show this in Google first because I think that's what most people use. If you use Outlook, I have notes too, but I find that Google tends to be the easiest to use. So I'm just going to copy that and then go to our Google Calendar. Excuse me, next to other calendars, you want to hit the plus button from URL. And then I'm going to paste it. And then you want to hit add to calendar. So right now it looks like a weird link. If you just give it a second, it'll rename. So theirs will be Eastern Illinois. And then if we go back, I don't know if they have any events, but we'll be able to see any of their events that were in yellow. So it will pop up. So all of your general members can subscribe to your calendar, and then they will see anything that's upcoming or anything that was in the past. From our end, if we put anything that you guys need to see, you will also be able to see our events that are coming up as well, that you can get involved with. So that was just a very brief overview, but I did want to point out one quick thing on BB360. So I know it says events up here as well. That will just actually show you like a list view of events. So if you click on it, this will show you like upcoming events, recently viewed. BB360 likes to remember what you just looked at. So if you are constantly looking at the same list, that is what will come up. Previous chapter events, so anything in the past. So we can see that they had a fundraiser in the past. And then all chapter events, which would be all of their events throughout their time with Best Buddies. So I just wanted to point that out. If you go to that events at the top, it will not allow you to create the calendar. And then just going to quickly walk through the tabs very briefly so you guys know. So the home page is right here. These documents do update daily. So we can see they have 19 member apps submitted so far. We don't have any matches yet or chapter events. Hitting the refresh button is going to be the way to get the most accurate information. So just logging in won't do it. You'll need to hit the refresh button. Memberships. Here you can see all of the current memberships. So these are all the people who have submitted membership applications for the 21-22 year. And we can see some of their contact information as well. This allows you to look at recently viewed. So pending applications, anybody under 18 who still needs parent consent, they would be under the pending applications. Memberships, so the school or the host site, last year's program, future membership applications. So I wouldn't worry too much since we're just doing these ones now. And then one I wanted to point out is this member updates link. And I know Kat's going to touch on it a little bit as well. But instead of doing monthly friendship updates, it's now individual and personalized member links. So it's formed for each person. So if I were to click on this person, sorry, I cannot see the top. Having technical issues, but you would like send this out and it would just be to that one person. So it's a little more individualized and easier, and we're not doing it monthly anymore. There's also the survey matching survey links that you can send out that will be individualized as well. You can go to the matches tab, which if we have time, we'll kind of go over how to do that, but you can see current buddy pairs, former buddy pairs, and all buddy pairs. And then like that events tab that we talked about. And then more has the chatter and members feature. So the chatter is a really cool feature that all of you guys are able to join. And this is not for you to like use with your chapter. This is for you to use with other leaders across the country. So Best Buddies CPs in Florida or in Kentucky can use this as well. And you guys can talk about different Best Buddies questions or just chat with one another using this chatter feature. It's almost like a Facebook feed, which is really awesome. So you guys just click here to join it, and then you'll be able to chat with other people across the country. And then lastly, your members tab is going to show you all of your current members. You can also see previous members or current members with matches. So that's just a little bit of Best Buddies basics homepage. So let me go ahead and stop sharing really quick so we can pull up the presentation again. Oh, here we go. So let me go ahead and reshare and we will hop to the next. So I will turn it over to Kat.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Kat, and we're gonna be talking about making matches within Best Buddies. So just a little bit of information. Friendship, there are two different kinds of chapters. We'll kind of cover the differences, but friendship chapters are expected to create one-on-one friendship matches between members with and without disabilities. Members that are not matched in a one-to-one friendship, maybe there's just not enough participants, or for any other reason, are considered associate members. So it's important to find ways to engage those associate members who do not have matches during outings or other buddy pair events. But that said, we don't necessarily recommend creating buddy families, as we call them. So one-to-one friendships lead to the strongest ties and relationships, as well as the lasting friendships. So it is okay for multiple buddy pairs to spend time together, but it's important to have one-on-one time with your friend in addition to group hangouts to really solidify that relationship and that bond. Additionally, in BB360, we will no longer have monthly friendship updates. Instead, it will be the responsibility of chapter leaders to request member updates from chapter members at the interval of your choosing throughout the year as frequently as you see fit. So we at Best Buddies suggest that you ask your members to submit a member update for a minimum of 4 times per year, so quarterly or more frequently if that suits you, whatever works best for your chapter and the members in it. So the member update is really easy. It's only 2 questions and it's submitted through the portal that Sierra just walked us through, which is BB360. If you do have any questions, we're always available to answer questions on BB360 or the member update process. And we will be doing a tutorial on how we match members during our October CP call. So keep your eyes out for that. And in addition to our matching members, it is important that we discuss dues. So high school and college chapters are required to pay dues every January. And those dues are $350. They can be submitted via online or checks mailed to the Best Buddy office. If you have questions about that, like I said, you can always reach out to us if you need any clarification on where to send them if you do decide to do a check. We'll be beginning to send reminders about dues in a couple months, starting in November. So we'll also be sending resources for how to plan fundraisers and other ways you can collect dues as a chapter. Additionally, if your school doesn't allow for students to fundraise for extracurricular activities or you are otherwise unable to pay dues, you can always schedule a meeting with Lauren here to discuss. She is available and we can put her information in the chat. And she'll be sending out an email later, I believe. So you will have her contact info. And then I'm going to hand it off to her to discuss an exciting opportunity.
I'm so sorry that my internet went out at the beginning, so I kind of missed the intros, but I am Lauren and I am our Deputy Director of Programs at Best Buddies and formerly our Program Manager of Volunteers, so some familiar faces on here. But we do have, if you're having any issues with dues or fundraising, whatever that may be, you can always reach out to me. And I think, Dana, I'm going to retype my email in the chat. There's an extra R in there. My maiden name has a lot of extra letters. So, but I'm just going to drop that in really quick so you all have it. And then we actually have an additional fundraising opportunity with a company that we're kind of partnering with. It's called Wooden Element. and they have an opportunity for our students to do a kind of holiday themed fundraiser. So if you're looking to get started with fundraising early and want to do so before the holidays, and you're looking for some different opportunities or options for doing that, you can definitely reach out to me and I will connect you with Ryan, who's our area director down in Central Illinois and has kind of formed this partnership. So feel free to reach out if you need support with that, or if you're interested in participating in like a holiday, it's like wooden ornaments that can be decorated is kind of the theme of this fundraiser, and we can get you set up and connected to the right people for that.
Okay, now we're gonna go over important deadlines. So all of our important dates and deadlines can be found in our Google Calendar. October 1st, membership applications are submitted. November 1st, for friendship chapters only, the matches are made and updated in BB360. January 14th, the chapter dues are paid. April 15th, the chapter president applications for 2022 and 2023 are submitted. And May 2nd, the chapter president for 2022 to 2023 is selected and registered for leadership conference by June 1st.
And for that last slide, really quick, just wanted to touch on that we will be sending out a recap with these slides, and that there's a link in there. So if you want to also add our BBIL programs calendar on Google to your calendars, you can feel free. It has information about all of our school events and includes like the Zoom links for meetings and whatnot. And then it also has information about our ambassadors program and our citizens program too.
All right, well, thank you, everyone. We are going to open the floor now for some Q&A.
There were a couple of questions in the chat that may have gotten kind of buried, so we can dig back to those too.
I can find them for you.
Thank you, Dana.
So the question was, one question was, who do we email if we have not gotten that info?
I think that was related to the login info for BB360, and I think Denise and I did a chat separately to make sure that she got set up. But I think in general, if you are having trouble accessing BB360, like you've submitted an application and waited like at least 24 hours to give Sierra a chance to like sort through and give you access. If it's like days later, like a week later, and you still haven't received an email about your login information, make sure to check your like junk and spam folders too. But if you still haven't received it, then you can reach out to Sierra or you can reach out to me, and we will make sure to grant you access. And if you're still having trouble and we have granted you access, but you haven't gotten an email with the login information, I believe you can go to the BB360 page. It's bestbuddies.force.com. And you can type in the email that you used when you submitted your membership application and then click forgot password, and it should reset for you.
And then if that answers the question, we have another one.
I just wanted to jump one thing. If you submitted an application and I'm missing a few CPs and a few advisors just with the transition of last year. So if that's the case, like if it's been like more than 3 days, just email me. It's probably because I'm just missing the information. But yeah, if you guys can wait like 2 days, because usually I get the days before member. So like I got Wednesday's membership applications today. So if you guys can just bear with me like 48 hours, then you should have access.
Are you ready for your second one, Sierra?
I'm ready.
Okay, do you have a resource that more specifically defines buddies and peer buddies. We've received some questions from parents about this.
Yeah, so I know Lauren can touch a little bit more, but I know we are slightly shifting away from the term buddy and peer buddy. You'll notice in BB 360, it does not mention buddy and peer buddy. It just says member with IDD or member without IDD. So I believe Lauren can attest that this is like more the direction that we're moving towards now. So I can look to see if we have a resource, but I don't know something off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know if there are any resources either, but I could define a buddy if you want to know what that definition was.
Yeah, I think that Sierra nailed it with that. Yeah, traditionally, buddies, like basically in our old system, the way we like in
Yeah, that's basically
BBO,
what
if anybody.
Yeah, that's basically what I touched on in the chat when I was talking about best buddies, is that not only is this person your buddy in the program, it's also your best friend in life too.
And then there was a second part to it. So do students filling out the application have to include all their information? We have a parent not happy that she has to put in more specific personal info like birthdays.
I think you would need to, maybe whoever that is, if you want to reach out to me directly, and we can kind of see, but I believe that we do need all of the information.
And then there was another one. It says, I saw the high school and college chapter dues are due in January. Are dues collected from elementary schools?
Elementary schools and middle schools do not pay dues. It's just high schools and colleges.
That's all we got in the chat. Does anyone?
Actually, one more in there, I think, Dina.
Oh, we are new and have not had our first meeting, so we do not have members yet. Is October 1st a solid deadline? No.
No.
I think my internet is going in and out. I'm really sorry if I'm getting cut off, but so October 1st is when we're hoping to, like, for chapters that have recruited members and like have a good sense of who will be part of the chapter, we want to just make sure that all of those membership applications are in as soon as possible, because the membership application gives Best Buddies liability coverage for your meetings and events to those people. So it's just really important that as soon as you have your members, that you're getting those membership applications in right away before you really start hosting events, so that they are covered by the liability. So we hope that will happen by October 1st, but especially this year, and still like getting used to some of the new regulations and policies at school, we understand if it'll be a little bit later than that.
We also had one more question. I think it may have kind of gotten lost in there, but Loyola was wondering what time the president calls were. We did list the dates, but I don't know if we have a finalized time for those yet.
Those will be from 6 to 7, and those will be over Zoom.
Central time.
Yeah, Central time, sorry. And yeah, those will be over Zoom and then put in the weekly WhatsApp. And I'll also send like an email text reminder day of as well about this.
So if anyone else has any more questions, you can put your hand up with the hand symbol and we'll be happy to answer them. Well, I don't see any more hands, so.
Well, we want to thank you all for coming and taking time out of your day to meet with us. It was wonderful meeting all of you, and we're excited to work with you this year and hopefully have a more normal best buddies in school year, so fingers crossed. But please feel free to reach out to any of us at any time if you have any questions. And we're excited to get the school year rolling. And a few of us will stay on. So if you guys have any additional questions, feel free to stick around. And thank you guys again.
Yep. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, y'all.
Hi, I had a
I
quick
like to see
question.
your faces.
Yes,
We are partnering with Bennett Academy. They kind of had the chapter already going. We're two different schools, so it's not happening within one school. So will we have to pay two separate dues or one because our program is one program?
You would only need to pay one set of dues. So like you're still considered part of the same chapter. And so it's just, yeah, the dues are for the full chapter. I
Okay,
think the only thing that might be separate so typically we have leadership conference in person every summer in July. This year we had to do virtual. So if next year, hopefully we'll be back in person. And if that's the case and you both want to send like representatives from Turning Point and Bennett, then we would probably just have to work out what the like you might have to pay the transportation cost for the chapter presidents if they want to join the bus. But otherwise, like the chapter dues will be covered for like the full chapter, just the $350 for both schools.
great. Thank you.
Mhm.
I have a question too, if I could ask. We would like to get our junior high involved and we would like all of our schools eventually, but we started at the high school this year. We would like to get the junior high involved. Obviously, they don't pay dues, right? The way she just spoke. But would they have their own president, or would it just be like a break off of the high school chapter? Thank you.
Dana, you want to go ahead and answer?
yes, I think I have the answer.
Okay,
I think, wait, what was the question again?
so our high school is a new chapter this year, and we would eventually like to have a best buddies in all of our elementary schools and our junior high. Our junior high is the most likely place to start first and maybe trickle down to the younger students later. But we would like to start with the junior high also this year. So are they the same chapter, or are they like a subset of the chapter and would have their own president and their own like committees, or how does that work?
I believe they would have their own president and their own committee.
Okay,
But I don't think junior highs have to pay dues. I'm not sure though.
okay.
Yeah, junior highs don't have to pay dues, and they would need their own like advisor. We just require that every school have an advisor and a chapter president.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I thought, and we would really like, we just want to have one at all schools. So as they transition up through our whole district, it would be amazing to have that connection. I just needed to know how it worked. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Justina, actually, who's on the call, she is our program manager of mission expansion in Central Illinois. So she would be able to support you in opening up those chapters at your junior high and elementary schools too.
Of course, if you
And
need
can
my
I-
information, I can drop it in the chat. If you want to email me, or if you have any questions, I'm here. If you just
Oh
want to
yeah,
feel free
drop
to
it in the
ask.
chat because we're brand new at the high school too, and I'm struggling just a little bit to get started because, you know, school and everything this year.
Oh no,
So
I totally
if
understand.
you drop your email, I'm probably going to drive you crazy, but I would.
You're fine. All right, I will. No problem.
And Laura, can I mention about my favorite project to her?
Sure.
So make it easier on you if you would like the option to do paper apps. That is my one ultimate favorite task, and I'll be happy to do them for you and make the life a little bit easier.
So if I do paper apps and get those in, I just scan them and email them to you?
You can scan them in and email them to me, and I would be the happiest person on earth.
Okay, so you drop your email in that chat too, and I would be happy for you to help me out with that.
If that would make a little bit easier for you with starting the high school and then wanting to start more, that might be a little less off your plate.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. If you drop your email in the chat, I will definitely use you. Thank you very much.
Hello,
I-
everyone. Oh, did somebody else have a question? Sorry, did I cut someone off? Oh, okay. I'm Sam I'm the chapter president for Loyola. I just had a couple questions specific for our program because we're partnered with Misericordia. So Misericordia for the semester again isn't allowing guests because of Delta. So we can't do like in-person events, and last year we weren't able to do like big peer events with Zoom. So like with the one event per month guideline, like if we do like a letter writing thing or something like that, and then like send letters or something like that, could we just count like that as events since we can't be in person with them?
Yeah, that can definitely like count as an event. We're very understanding with like the current situation. So yeah, that could definitely count as an event for you guys.
Can't they do like Zoom events and like Google Meet and stuff like that too? Like how we did the talent show? Like, are those considered events too for them?
I think some of our group homes have like don't have a lot of access to internet and like devices to be joining virtual meetings. So sometimes it's not the best option, but love the letter writing idea. And yeah, I know there have been some schools that have like put together like craft kits with some instructions and like made crafts and taken photos and included them with the letters. So we can definitely help you brainstorm too if you need some creative ideas.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because I know that there was some difficulty with trying to do the like Zoom stuff. So I'll contact them again to like try to see if we can do that. But I know that there was some difficulties like for having all the residents access it. So I just wanted to make sure that like you guys were aware of that for our event stuff. And then just real quick for the second question, I know you guys said that we have to have, or the requirement is to have one person with an IDD in a leadership role. So like, how would we navigate that with our club since we have the e-board as like the Loyola students? So should we like contact people at Misericordia to like, 'cause I don't think they have like a board for the people there. So like, how should we do that?
Yeah, so I think that if you already have your e-board like fully kind of formed for the year and have like all the roles that you need covered, then it could be a good opportunity to have like some of your e-board partner. I don't know if all of them have like if they're matched or not, but maybe even to like bring their matches into the leadership conversations. If it's obviously like with the circumstances, if you're not able to be like meeting and people at your host site aren't able to like be joining in person and supporting planning, then that's okay. Like that is definitely an exception for this year. But we just want to encourage our chapters to make sure that in terms of like their leadership board, that's inclusive as well, and bringing in people with disabilities to be involved in like planning and decision making too.
Yes,
Absolutely.
When I was a part of my FSU chapter, I was the buddy director. So that was pretty cool to have done.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk with the coordinator there and see if there's anybody who like would want to be involved in that, and then talk with our buddies too. All right, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm new to Best Buddies with my high school. Any previous advisors were unable to do it this year, so I'm trying to navigate through how to do everything. I know you had mentioned that I guess previously students would have to submit I think is it like evidence of their hangouts, but now it's kind of shifting a little bit. Is there a way to like, I don't know if you can show me, because I heard something in the presentation that we send out as advisors or the chapter presidents, we send out a link for them to complete. Where would I get that link from?
So are you more looking for like how to submit like that membership application for them to just like be a part of BB 360?
I think it's like after once they're a part of our club. Unfortunately, our school is really big, so we have to narrow down how many people we can have. But I think it's for the after part, like when they have to meet or hang out at least.
Okay,
once a
like the
month.
member updates just to check in and like kind of see how it's going. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and pull that up. Also, I went to Stevenson, so I know how
So
big
did I.
when two of us went to Stevenson, so we know how big it is. Okay, let me go ahead and pull it up really quickly. So yeah, these member like updates are different than they were in the past. There's only like 2 questions. I think it's like, is it good or bad? And then tell me a little bit about it. And all of the links are individualized. So you would send it out to like me and then to the next person and the next person because it's for each individual person. But I will just show you like how to get there and what that looks like.
So would it be similar to just like a Google form? Like they would type in their name, like is it one link or do I have to get a link for each person separately?
It's already set up for each person separately. So it's created that way. So like there'd be one for you, there'd be a separate one for me, there'd be a separate one for Lauren. There's not just one generic link as of right now that like all of us on the call could fill out.
Okay.
So let me just log in really quick. Okay, so to get there, you would hit this memberships button at the top. And then next, this little caret you'll want to click, and where it says member updates link current. So this will show you all of your members for this upcoming year. So the first one is Addison, and then this is her specific member update form. So you would send this one just to her. And then the next one, Anthony, you would be able to send it to him. And I can try to see if it'll open. See if this one will go.
So then I would just send out separate emails to each.
Yeah,
student. Okay.
separate emails. And then this is what it will look like. So their name, the chapter, the year. So how's it going? And then what's going on. And then the cool thing about this is on your homepage. It'll actually show you the member updates in the last 90 days. So like you can see who's responded. So you could see my response and say it's going great, like Vicky and I are friends, like, or you could see like, nope, it's really not going well. So this will update constantly as much as you hit the refresh button. So if you send them all out today, you should be able to start seeing them.
Okay.
Once you
and that would only be for the one-on-one student.
Yeah, so those will be like the and your like friendship. So yeah, the student with and without a disability. So they would each have their own form to complete.
Okay. And then the student with a disability would also complete one of those forms as well?
Yeah, so this will have one for every single member in your chapter, regardless of if they have a disability or not.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
And Sierra, are they working on like doing a tutorial for how you can email everyone their links without like actually going through and having to send individual emails? Is there like a system
they
for
sent
that
me
yet?
like how to do a mail merge with it. I have not tried it yet, but once I get the hang of it, I will definitely send that out because I know that will be kind of tedious for people. So once I get the hang of it, I will definitely like send a tutorial on how to do it with a mail merge.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Have a good day.
You too.
You too.
Thanks.
Hey, Teresa, did you have any questions for us?
So first of all, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know why my notification for my calendar did not go off, even though I looked at that this morning and knew that I had this. I do have one question. This is our first year starting starting our chapter. And I know from the Zoom meeting the other day, there was going to be a new there's going to be an updated registration form and then also a Spanish one that was going to be coming out in the middle of September. Do we have to wait for that new registration form in order to start sending that notice out to our students?
So yeah,
Get them registered?
the membership application. So you can do that now. Actually, you can go ahead and start sending them out now. If someone doesn't mind dropping the link in the chat, it's just the bestbuddies.org/join. And you'll submit one, your chapter leaders will submit one, and your general members will submit one as well. And this will input everyone's information into the system just with the transfer this year. This is pretty much the only way we have it, but you guys can like submit them now. We've already had chapters submitting them. People are still going. So definitely feel free to share that out. The Spanish and paper ones are coming mid-September. So we don't have those yet because they're working on them. But as soon as we have those out, those will be in the weekly WhatsApp, and I'll just let you guys know where those are and put like a PDF in there so you guys can use those as well.
Okay. All right. So I think that was our biggest thing. We are just trying to get off the ground, and we're school-based, a middle school. So everybody's just kind of meeting themselves, coming and going right now. So that's where we're at. And then let's see, it seemed like there was another question I was going to ask today. I saw that, I remember from the other day, there was no limit on the number of advisors. As far as the chapter presidents, which is, I'm assuming there's going to be come from our student body. I think that I heard that there could be more than one chapter president. Is that correct?
Yeah. So if you have like a really large school, so Stevenson High School that we were just talking about is a huge school. So they have like 3 chapter presidents. So there's no limit. It's just whatever works best for you guys. And then you would just need to let me know who those CPs are, so I can be sure to grant them access and make sure they get the weekly WhatsApp and attend those chapter president calls as well.
Okay. And then another question I had, as far as the events are concerned, do we just need to make sure that those are posted, or do we have to have permission from you guys in order to offer those events first?
Nope, you guys can go ahead. You don't need any permission from us at all.
Okay.
And I know that unfortunately you did miss some of the calls, so this is recorded, and we can send that to you if you would like to see what else we discussed, if that would be helpful.
That would be very helpful.
Yes, there's a whole section on like the events and how to do it, how to like create an event, and then how to subscribe, excuse me, via Google. So yeah, definitely recommend that. But if you still have questions, feel free to reach out to us, and we'd be happy to help you get started with that.
Okay. And so as we move forward, since we, as we move forward, and then, you know, those little questions that come up, is there like a page where we can go to, like, you know, demo videos or something like that? Or is it better to just contact someone by email or by phone?
So right now, our headquarters team is working on making videos for BB360. So those aren't out yet. We're hoping mid-September they'll come out. So if you have questions right now, you can just reach out to me, and we can always like hop on a Zoom. It's easier for me to do it on a Zoom. So I could do it on a Zoom with you, or we can like touch base via email just to like answer some of those little questions just with the new system.
Okay. All right. So maybe what I'll do here is we are going to, I'll get with the 2 teachers that are going to be facilitating the club this year, that are going to be the club sponsors. And maybe in the next couple of weeks, maybe we'll just kind of get a time where I'll set up a Zoom with you, where any questions that they have, that we can go ahead and get those answered. And then we'll just plan for next week to start getting to that point where we're inviting students. Now, this is another question that I had. As inviting students automatically have to be matched before they can attend, like the meeting, or if we have like, I don't know, if we have 7 students attend, is that okay? And then we match them, you know, within, you know, the next meeting or 2.
Yeah, that's definitely okay. That's usually how a lot of chapters do it, just like trying to recruit people first, and then, you know, have a meeting or 2. And then typically people do a match party. So just a celebration of seeing who they've been matched with or who their buddy is. So that's totally okay if you guys aren't matched, you know, in your first 2 or 3 meetings, really just to kind of feel out who they think would like be well together and who would pair well together. So totally okay.
All right. Well, I think that
Yeah.
that's all the questions that I have right now. Like I said, as we move forward, I'm sure there'll be something that'll come up. And I think I saw your yep, so I'll go ahead and save your email address as well.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you again for coming, Teresa. I'm looking forward to talking with you in the next few weeks.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.